the page.
Good morning, everybody. Just finding the place here. Okay, today's learning should be a schus for Shalema for Gabriel Ben Atel Gita. And also Mishnah today should be Zer Chanishmas, my mother, Shlamas Yaakov Eliezer, whose yard set is today. Her Neshama Shaban Aliyah. Mishna Nedarim reads, Hamud Anah Me Chaveiroi, someone who is not allowed to have benefit from his friend. The Ein Loi Ma Yoichal. And now this person who can't have benefit has nothing to eat. So basically, he cannot benefit from you, but you now want to be able to make sure that he should have something to eat. You can't give him food. You give him food, that means he's benefiting from you. So what you do is like this. You go to a storekeeper, you go to a grocer, that this person who cannot benefit from you usually goes to buy his food, and you say to him, Ish pleni mudar mimeni hana, so-and-so cannot have benefit from me. I don't know what to do. Right? The guy needs some food. The truth is, the Mefarshim say that this is not only if he doesn't have what to eat, but typically that would be a case where you would do this work because he has nothing to eat and he can't benefit from you. So you go to the storekeeper who he usually shops by, and you say to him, so-and-so cannot have benefit from me and I don't know what to do. Hint, hint, right? So what happens? So what happens is that the grocer gets the hint, and he goes over to the person and he gives him food. And then he comes back to the person who told him to go over to this person and give him food. Who approached him about this other person, and he can take payment from the person. So let's give names here, right? Reuben cannot have benefit from Shimon. Shimon knows Reuben doesn't have what to eat. So he goes to Shimon knows that Reuben cannot benefit from Shimon. So Shimon knows Reuben doesn't have what to eat. So Shimon goes to Reuben's grocery store and he tells him, Reuben needs something to eat, but I can't do anything about it because he can't have benefit from me. The grocer gets the hint and goes over and gives food to Reuben. Okay, what happens with payment now? What happens with payment? So the Mishnah says you go over to Reuben, or you go over to Shimon, who is and you can take payment from him. Now, the point is like this. Again, Reuben cannot benefit from Shimon, and Shimon went over to Reuben's grocer to tell him, basically to hint him he needs food. So the grocer went and gave him food. Is the grocer going to get paid? Maybe yeah, and maybe not. Because if the person who approached him would have to pay him, then basically the grocer would be his shliach, be his agent, and that would be called giving him benefit. So you drop the hint to the grocer does what he wants to do, and then if you want to pay him, you could pay him, but there's no obligation to pay him. And by doing this, he's not your agent, and therefore it's not called that person is benefiting from him. And now we have another case similar to that. Hayabese live nice. He had a house to build. Gedei Ligdar, he had a fence to build. Sedei Liksar, he has a field to harvest. And again, you would be the guy who would be doing the harvesting for him, and you can't. You can't do it. Or when it puts about that, you'd like to help him. Let's put it this way: you'd like to help him get his house built, get these things done, but you can't go ahead and directly do it because then you're benefiting him. So you go over to workers, meaning to workers who again would do work for this person typically, and you say, "Ish pleni mudar mimeni hana, so and so cannot have benefit from me. I don't know what to do." And basically, again, you're dropping the hint to the workers to, let's say, build his house. So what happens is, they can work with him, they can build for him, and they come and they take payment from this person. Again, the person who approached them is not obligated to pay them. If he would be obligated to pay them, they would be his shliach, they would be his agent, and would be considered that he's giving that person benefit. At the end of the day, they cannot demand payment from him, and therefore they're not his agent, and therefore they're the ones who are doing it. If he decides now to pay them for their service, which he doesn't have to do, so that's up to him to do. But that does not make them his agents to help out this person, and therefore no one is transgressing the vow. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Rabbi.